and welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie, and this is going to be some indie authors and books that have released in 2019 that you guys should go check out. So this is part of my recommendation series in which I am doing recommendations for different subgenres, tropes, and different ideas every other Thursday of the month. And this one is, the whole subject is, there has been a huge overload, or a pop, a burst, a sort of oncoming of romances in the book world, and they're all doing the illustrated covers, and they just haven't been hitting. Now, I do have a bunch of those illustrated covers that have hit for me that are really amazing, and I am not knocking them at all, but I wanted to sort of focus on some of the indie authors that I have read this year in 2019 that released these books that I'm going to give you guys in 2019 that have just been so amazing, that you guys probably have never heard of and you guys need to go check out. So I'm just going to jump into this list because there is quite a few of them, and I'm going to give you guys not necessarily the synopsis of the book. I'm going to give you the reasons why you need to go check it out, especially if you like certain things. So here we go. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is All My Truths and One Lie by Fabiola Francisco. This book is amazing. She is an independent author that is living outside of the United States. However, she has lived in the United States before, and I love her work. This writing in this book is poetic, it's sweet, it's beautiful. It's based off of sort of an experience that not very many people have or have secretly, and it's just amazing. It's a beautifully written book, and I think you guys should go check it out if you're looking for emotions and a personal experience. The next book I'm going to talk about is A Beautiful March by Christy Pastore. This book is amazing because it deals with a small town. It deals with two tortured souls. It gives you this tease of a sex chemistry that just like jumps off the page at you, and it's absolutely amazing, and it teases you all the way through. If you're looking for that slow burn sort of need and you just feel it that these two characters are going to get together, they do end up getting together, and when they come together, the payoff is so amazing. If you're looking for small towns with drama and secrets and things like that, this is definitely the book for you to pick up. The next book I'm going to talk about is Method by Stewart, and this book, oh my goodness, the cover alone just screams old Hollywood, and that is exactly where our setting is. It's in Hollywood. It's about a married couple that is, you know, they're actors. Well, one's an actor, and he uses the method, I guess that's what it's called, but he gets embodied by his characters that he portrays, and the story is sort of a mystery. It will give you that sort of angsty feeling that is like, what's really going on? Because is he playing a character? Is he not playing a character? Is he in his feelings? And you get to see the struggle of this married Hollywood couple go through the things that they go through. And there was a lot of times throughout this story that I was just like, I don't know if I want to finish this book. And because I know Kate's writing so well, it allowed me to go ahead and complete it and stuff like that. And by the end, I was like, yes, okay, it all comes together. So if you're looking for a sort of suspensey, thriller-ish sort of draw you in and keep you guessing all the way to the end, this is going to be the book for you. The next book I'm going to talk about is Her Perfect by Stephie Walls. Now, this book has been recovered, and this is the new cover right here. But this book is so just amazing. It has a trope that a lot of people don't necessarily like. It's the student-teacher trope, and sort of an age dynamic, but the age dynamic isn't as large as you would normally see. It's not like a 10-year gap. I think it's like a 6-year gap, maybe. I think it's like 4 to 6, but it's also brother's best friend, and it deals with a lot more than just that whole power dynamic. It deals with a young lady that is feeling sort of left out of her family, and you get to see her struggles and how he sort of, you know, relates to her and helps her manage that. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. Had me all in my emotions, and it's just great. And you need to go check this one out. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Red Zone by Amie Knight. This book right here is about childhood loves where they had crushes on each other. They did not express those crushes, and then years down the road, some tragedies happen. Someone has to come home and take care of family, and in that, the different things that they had bonded over while they were younger start to come back to surface. And you know, it really makes you look at the things that you do when you were younger may sometimes, you know, come back and not necessarily bite you in the ass, but can come back and enlighten your life just that much more. And I thought it was very beautiful. I loved all the side characters. It's very heartfelt, and it deals with some serious issues. The next book is actually a duet that I'm going to talk about, and that's Indefinite and Infinite by Corinne Michaels. This is a duet that finished out the Constellation series. No. The Salvation series of Seals. And now I will say that this is a duet that you probably need to read the other books in the series to really grasp and appreciate all of the heartfeltness that goes into this. This is a story about two characters that we had been asking Corinne to write for us for so long, and then finally their story came to her, and they started talking to the character, started talking to her and giving that experience. It will rip your heart out. It has some suspense to it. It has some very heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, just gut-churning moments, and I was here for it. I cried throughout this whole entire series, and it was just an emotional ride, and I think you guys should definitely check it out, especially if you like military books, if you like military drama type stuff. This is definitely a duet that you guys should check out. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Royal Gentleman by Christy Pastore, and we had been asking Christy for a royalty romance for I don't know how long, because we're in her group are obsessed with the royal family, and ever since an American went over and married into royalty, we were like, yes, yes, yes. And this is not your typical, oh, the American goes over and, you know, hooks up with a royal. No, this has lots of different little twists and turns, and it is about a royalty, you know, about royalty and family and things like that, but it's also very heartfelt. And Christy actually did a lot of research that goes into this book, that it's one of those unknown royalty things that happen, and I didn't even think that this could happen, but it was amazing, and I loved the ride, and I loved the different sort of take on a royalty romance. So go check that out if you're into royalty romances. The next book I'm going to talk about is Unlucky in Love by Cary Hart, and this is the trope of the girl getting dumped after seeing her future, and then it all comes crumbling down because of a douchebag, of a bad guy, and she moves in with her best friend who happens to be a guy, and he sort of helps her, you know, find herself, and they, you know, work through the fact that, yeah, can you really be friends with a like sexually minded opposite sex? Really, can that really happen? Yeah, so, you know, our main characters go through this realization of, you know, is this more than friendship? And it's fun, it's funny, because the comedy in this one, because she goes on a whole bunch of random dates and, you know, has to deal with different men, and I was just here for it, and I think you guys should go check it out if you're looking for some laughs, some heartfeltness, some sexy time, yes, some sexy time. The next book I'm going to talk about is Beaten Paths by Stephie Walls, and this is actually the second book in a series. I suggest that you read this book before you read the other book in the soon-to-be series, I guess you could say. But this book follows a sister and how she deals with having to put on those parenting pants and then having that sibling sort of just take off, and tragedy that happens, and being seen by someone that you didn't think was seeing you, dealing with some internal and, you know, personal issues and how you deal with those. It's very heartfelt. It is very sort of emotional, because it deals with some disabilities and some tragedy that goes along with it, and I was just here for it, so here for it, and I think you guys should go check this one out as well. And the last book that I'm going to talk about is The Dugout by Meghan Quinn. This is a spin-off sort of second book about some baseball players. So if you're looking for a sports romance, I say definitely check this one out. It deals with just being a sports star and how you can, you know, come through the ranks and things like that. What happens after an injury? What happens after you lose a step and think that your world is over, but you keep pushing on? And a strong female character that is underestimated and trying to make her mark on the world. I loved that there was so much independence between the two characters, that they both sort of had their own sort of path, but in the same way, are those paths, you know, sort of going at the same rate and everything like that. I did really, really enjoy this. It has some sexy time in it, a little bit, some sexual tension, and I just really liked it. So those are some indie authors. That means that these books are not published through major publishing houses. They are either published by the author themselves or through smaller houses that are not on the mainstream. So I think you guys should go check them out. I definitely say, you know, check out the indie authors that are out there, because they need some love. They need some love too. I know here on BookTube, it's all about, you know, where you can get the biggest sort of, you know, viewpoint, what have you, and it's very flooded with some of the same books all over the place. I love that I'm able to give you guys some different books to look at and different authors to check out. So I hope that you guys will go check out some of these authors and some of these books that I just recommended. Most of their playlists, most of their backlists, most of their books that I have read from these authors that I have highlighted today are amazing, and I think you should go check them out. Have you read any of the books that I just listed off? Let me know down in the comment section so we can discuss them. Are there any that I described that you're going to go check out after my discussion? I know some of you guys are cover whores, like I am, or cover lovers, not cover whores, like I am. And some of these covers are absolutely amazing, and that's probably why I secondly asked for ARC reads for these books or read these books and things like that. For the most part, I think I ARC read all of them, and it was because of the authors that were listed here. Let me know if there's any other tropes that you guys want to hear about in these Thursday trope romance recommendation videos, because I'm always building a new list and everything like that. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.